Assignment Desk Weekend, I'm Kevin McCullough. Let's get to the news. On Friday, Joe Biden, looking a bit hangry here as they delayed his daily ice cream treat till after the press conference, announced his new executive action on trying to curb gun violence. Now, the nation has been waiting for this announcement for weeks. He insisted he wished to make something perfectly clear.
I mean, as we evolve our institutions and drive creative new partnerships, let me be clear.
And after all the suspense, waiting, and mumbling, he announced his super original idea. He would be naming a czar on gun violence, named Kamala Harris. You know, the one he already named czar for the border issue. And since that was such a huge success, it was a rough week for the president. Earlier in the day, he literally walked into a flag, tried to sniff her hair, refused to shake hands with the president of Brazil, and couldn't for the life of him figure out why his manicurist had painted a message on his fingernails. When he pressed his fingers together, they read, "Tell Hunter we found the dime bag." Not to be deterred, the president was determined to end the week on a high note. No, that's not a reference to the dime bag. So on Friday, he addressed a vital constituency, praising the long, tough road and hardships that the Congressional Black Caucus Conference had persevered to overcome. He delivered a stem-winding speech praising the Congressional Black Caucus.
I mean, as we evolve our institutions, let me be clear.
Saying he loved the Congressional Black Caucus, how he felt it was important to take a knee with the Congressional Black Caucus. Heck, he reflected how he could recall the good old days, you know, when he and Senator Byrd were made honorary members of the Congressional Black Caucus. Thus, imagine the blank stares, kind of, no comprende, of the members of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus that were in attendance at his speech. Senate Leader Chuck Schumer is regretting his life choices this weekend. Earlier in the week, at the threats of Herman Munster, scratch that, sorry, copywriters having a bit of fun at my expense. We mean the urging of Senator John Fetterman from Pennsylvania. The leader had changed the dress code for senators to allow for more casual styles. Fetterman, famously known for wearing gangster-style hoodies instead of the traditional coat and tie, promised not to put Schumer in any more chokeholds in exchange for the rules change. But this has brought about new problems for the Senate leader. Now he must make a decision on whether or not legislation can come up from Joe Manchin this coming week to reinstate the coat and tie standards. Also, he's very uncomfortable about Mitch McConnell's request to implement wear your wife's wedding dress to work day. In sports, both of New York's NFL teams lost this week, but perhaps no team's fans lost more this week than that of the Carolina Panthers. They added Justine Lindsay to their Top Cats cheer squad. Lindsay made history with the Top Cats, as he is now the only cheer member in NFL history to be in need of top surgery, and came equipped with parts not usually found on any other cheerleader in the NFL. When asked his thoughts on his new job, he replied, "I want to change the narrative for my trans brothers and sisters and let them know that they can become whatever they dream, an NFL cheerleader, a doctor, or even a nurse." Assignment Desk Weekend would like to point out that no male or female are now or have been forever being barred from becoming doctors or nurses. And finally, Assignment Desk Weekend would like to recognize the daughters of music mega producer David Foster for enrolling in their current continuing education curriculum. I think it's called CelebritiesCanLearnToo.com. The two took to their podcast to decry the state they live in, California, and the standard of living they've been reduced to. Sarah Foster, aged 42, replied, "I have a lot of complaints about the city and state." When asked why she didn't leave, the 90210 alum replied, "Well, I miss my friends and my family." She also then cited a 10-year exit tax that California passed into law earlier this year. Now imagine this: paying taxes to a state you don't live in for 10 years. Sure, Sarah, stay right there. What could go wrong? I'm sure everything will work out peachy. Or wait, how about this? How about you move to Texas, take all your stuff, and tell California to go drop dead? Saw them off, stick them into the ocean. For Assignment Desk Weekend, I'm Kevin McCullough.